I'm 67 years old, and until 6 months ago, I thought I knew exactly how my life would end. Quietly, alone. In the house where my wife and I raised our son, where she died 5 years ago. My son died 12 years ago in a car accident. My wife followed him 5 years later, her heart never really recovering from losing him. I was the last Jacobs left, and I'd made peace with that. Then my phone rang on a Tuesday morning in March, and a woman from Child Protective Services said 7 words that changed everything. Did you know you have a grandson? Before we dive in, have you ever gotten news that completely upended everything you thought you knew about your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love stories about second chances, unexpected family, and discovering purpose when you least expect it, please subscribe so you don't miss our next one. Now let me tell you about Tyler, and how a grandson I never knew existed taught this man how to live again. On the morning of March 12th, I was sitting at my kitchen table, drinking coffee and reading the newspaper like I did every morning. I'd been retired for 2 years. 35 years as a civil engineer, mostly infrastructure projects, bridges and water systems. I still did occasional consulting work when former colleagues called with questions, but mostly my days were quiet, predictable. I'd wake up at 6, make coffee, read the paper, maybe work in the yard if the weather was decent. Have lunch, read a book, make dinner for one, watch the news, go to bed. It was a fine life. Not exciting, but fine. I had a few friends, other retired engineers, guys I played poker with once a month. My neighbors were friendly. I kept busy enough, but I was lonely. I'd been lonely since Ellen died 5 years ago. And if I was honest, I'd been lonely since Michael died 7 years before that. Michael had been our only child, 25 when he died. Car accident on Highway 97. Black ice. Another driver crossed the center line. Instant. The highway patrol said he didn't suffer. That was supposed to be a comfort. Ellen never recovered. She tried, God knows she tried, but losing Michael broke something in her that couldn't be fixed. She died 5 years ago of what the doctors called heart failure, but I knew the truth. She died of a broken heart. She'd been dying slowly since the day we buried our son, and I'd been alone ever since. The last Jacobs. The end of the line. That's what I thought anyway until my phone rang that Tuesday morning. Mr. Jacobs? Frank Jacobs? Yes, who's calling? My name is Kendra Samuels. I'm with Child Protective Services in Deschutes County. I'm calling about a matter involving your son, Michael Jacobs. My hand tightened on the phone. My son died 12 years ago. Yes, sir, I know. I'm very sorry for your loss. But Mr. Jacobs, are you aware that your son had a child? The kitchen went very quiet. The refrigerator hummed. A crow cawed outside the window. That's not possible. Sir, I have documentation here. Birth certificate listing Michael Jacobs as father. The mother's name is Jenna Kane. Does that name mean anything to you? No, I don't think so. Maybe. Ms. Kane states that she and your son were in a brief relationship approximately 13 years ago, shortly before his death. She became pregnant. By the time she discovered the pregnancy, she and your son had already ended their relationship. She made the decision to raise the child on her own and never contacted your family. I sat down heavily. I have a grandchild? Yes, sir. A grandson. His name is Tyler. He's 12 years old. 12. My God. I tried to process this. Why are you calling me now? After 12 years? There was a pause. Mr. Jacobs, Ms. Kane is terminally ill. Pancreatic cancer. She has no family, no support system. She's trying to make arrangements for Tyler's care after she's gone. She reached out to us to help locate you. She wants me to take him. She's asking if you'd be willing to meet him, to consider becoming his legal guardian. I understand this is a shock. A shock? Ma'am, I just found out I have a 12-year-old grandson whose mother is dying. Shock doesn't begin to cover it. I understand, Mr. Jacobs, and I want to be clear. You're under no legal obligation here. But Tyler needs family. And right now, you're the only family he has. I looked around my quiet kitchen, my empty house. My solitary life. When can I meet him? 3 days later, I drove to St. Charles Medical Center. Kendra Samuels met me in the lobby, a woman in her 30s with kind eyes and a professional demeanor that didn't quite hide her exhaustion. Thank you for coming. Mr. Jacobs. Frank. Please. Frank, I want to prepare you before we go up. Jenna is very ill. She's on palliative care. And Tyler, he's a good kid, but he's scared. He's about to lose his mother, and we're asking him to go live with a grandfather he's never met. So he might be defensive or withdrawn. I understand. We took the elevator to the 4th floor, walked down a hallway that smelled like antiseptic and sadness. Stopped at room 428. Kendra knocked softly. "Jenna, it's Kendra. I have someone here to meet you. Come in." The woman in the bed was small, painfully thin, with dark hair and tired eyes. Next to her bed sat a boy, 12 years old but small for his age, with dark curly hair and brown eyes that looked too old for his face. Michael's eyes. I'd recognize them anywhere. "Miss Kane, this is Frank Jacobs, Michael's father." Jenna looked at me and I saw guilt and relief and fear all mixed together. "Mr. Jacobs, thank you for coming." "Please call me Frank." I couldn't take my eyes off the boy. "And you must be Tyler." Tyler looked at his mother, then at me. Nodded slightly but said nothing. "Can we talk?" Jenna asked. "Tyler, honey, could you give us a few minutes?" "I'll take Tyler to the cafeteria," Kendra said gently. "Get some hot chocolate?" Tyler stood reluctantly, grabbed a sketchbook from the chair. As he passed me, I caught a glimpse of the drawing. Some kind of anime character, detailed and surprisingly good. When they were gone, Jenna gestured to the chair. "Please sit." I sat. Didn't know what to say. "Where to even start?" "I'm sorry," Jenna said quietly. "I should have told you years ago. Should have told Michael before he died. But we'd broken up, and I was young and stupid and thought I could handle everything on my own. By the time I decided to tell him, I learned about his passing, and I'd convinced myself it was too late, that you wouldn't want to know about us. I would have wanted to know. Michael would have wanted to know. I know that now. But 12 years ago, I was 21 and scared and trying to do what I thought was right." She coughed, winced. "And now I'm dying, and Tyler's going to be alone, and I'm begging a stranger to take care of my son because I have no one else." "You're not begging, and I'm not a stranger. I'm his grandfather. A grandfather he's never met. That's my fault as much as yours. I should have—" I stopped. "No, that's not true. I had no way of knowing. You're the one who made that choice. But what's done is done. The question now is what happens next. I don't have much time. Maybe weeks. Maybe a month or two if I'm lucky. I need to know Tyler will be safe. That he'll have someone. He'll have someone. He'll have me." Jenna's eyes filled with tears. "You don't have to say yes right now. You should meet him properly. Spend time with him. Make sure you can handle— Miss Kane, Jenna, that boy out there is my grandson, my son's child. The only family I have left in this world. And I just spent 5 years thinking I'd die alone with no one to leave anything to. So yes, I can handle it. The question is whether Tyler can handle me. He's a good kid, quiet, loves to read and draw. He's vegetarian, his choice, not mine. He likes anime and building things with Legos. He's smart and kind, and he's about to lose everything. Then let's make sure he doesn't lose everything. Let's make sure he knows he has a grandfather who wants him." Over the next 2 weeks, I visited the hospital every day. At first, Tyler barely spoke to me. He'd sit in the chair with his sketchbook, drawing while his mother and I talked. Sometimes Kendra would take him for walks so Jenna and I could discuss logistics, guardianship paperwork, school records, medical history. But gradually, Tyler started to warm up, or at least he started to acknowledge my presence. "What are you drawing?" I asked one afternoon when Jenna had dozed off. Tyler looked up, surprised I'd addressed him directly. "Nothing, just a character. Can I see?" He hesitated, then turned the sketchbook around. It was incredibly detailed. Some kind of warrior character with elaborate armor and a sword. "That's really good. You're talented." "Thanks." He turned it back around, kept drawing. "Your mom says you like anime." "Yeah. I don't know anything about anime." "Is that something you could teach me about?" Tyler looked at me like I'd suggested something impossible. "You want to learn about anime?" "Well, if we're going to be spending time together, I should probably know what you're interested in." "We're going to be spending time together." I chose my words carefully. "Your mom is very sick, and when she can't take care of you anymore, you're going to come live with me. If that's okay with you." "Do I have a choice?" "Yes, you always have a choice. But Tyler, I'm your grandfather. Your dad was my son. And I'd like the chance to get to know you. To be your family. I don't know you." "I know, but that's something we can fix. If you're willing to try." Tyler was quiet for a long moment. Then, "Did you love my dad?" "More than anything in the world." "Do you miss him?" "Every single day. Me too. And I never even met him." My throat tightened. "I have things that belong to him. Photos, his old baseball glove, journals he kept when he was in high school. When you're ready, I'd like to show them to you." so you can know him a little bit. Okay? Tyler went back to his drawing, but something had shifted. A tiny crack in the wall he'd built. Jenna died 3 weeks after I met her. The cancer moved faster than anyone expected. One day she was sitting up in bed, talking and lucid. 3 days later, she slipped into unconsciousness. 2 days after that, she was gone. Tyler was with her at the end. So was I. She died quietly, holding Tyler's hand, with me standing in the corner of the room feeling helpless and heartbroken for this boy I barely knew who was losing the only parent he'd ever had. After she was gone, Tyler sat perfectly still for a long time. Then he stood up, walked past me without a word, and left the room. I found him in the hospital chapel, empty except for him, sitting in the front pew, staring at nothing. I sat down next to him, didn't say anything, didn't try to fix it or comfort him with platitudes, just sat there. After maybe 20 minutes, Tyler spoke. She was the only person who ever loved me. That's not true. You don't even know me. Not yet, but I'm going to. And Tyler, your dad loved you. He never got to meet you. But if he'd known about you, he would have loved you more than anything. I know that because of how much I loved him. How do you know? Maybe he wouldn't have wanted me either. Your dad wanted to be a father someday. He talked about it. He would have been a great dad, and you deserve to know him. Tyler was quiet. Then what was he like? So I told him about Michael as a kid. Stubborn, curious, always building things, taking apart radios and toasters to see how they worked. About Michael as a teenager. Good student, terrible at basketball, but determined to make the team anyway, loyal friend. About Michael as a young man, studying engineering, excited about his first real job, talking about wanting to make a difference. Tyler listened to every word like he was memorizing it. He sounds cool. He was. And you remind me of him. The way you focus when you're drawing. The way you think before you speak. You have his eyes. I do? Exactly his eyes. Same color, same shape. It's like seeing him again. Tyler's face crumpled then. He started crying. Deep, wrenching sobs that shook his whole body. I put my arm around him, and he leaned into me. And we sat there in that empty chapel while my grandson grieved for the mother he'd lost and the father he'd never known. And I grieved too. For my son. For Ellen. For all the years we'd missed with this boy. For all the ways life breaks your heart, even when you think you have no heart left to break. Tyler moved into my house the day after Jenna's funeral. He'd been sleeping at a neighbor's house before that. It was immediately clear that neither of us had any idea what we were doing. I'd set up the guest room for him, cleaned it out, bought new sheets, put in a desk for homework. It looked sterile and uncomfortable, like a hotel room. Tyler stood in the doorway with his 2 suitcases and looked around. This is my room? For now. We can get different furniture if you want. Paint it a different color. Whatever you need. It's fine. It wasn't fine. Nothing was fine. But we were both pretending. The first week was painful. Tyler was quiet. Not just shy quiet, but grief quiet. He'd go to his room after dinner, and I wouldn't see him until breakfast. He ate almost nothing. He didn't watch TV or ask to use the computer. He just existed. I tried to give him space, tried to be available without hovering, but I had no idea what a 12-year-old needed. No idea how to help him through grief when I was barely managing my own. I called Kendra Samuels, the CPS worker. I don't know what I'm doing. He barely eats. He barely talks. I feel like I'm failing him. You're not failing him, Frank. He just lost his mother. He's in a new place with someone he barely knows. Give him time. Just be present. That's all you can do. So I tried to be present. I'd knock on his door before bed. Just checking if you need anything. Water? Extra blanket? I'm fine. Okay. Good night, Tyler. Good night. Small exchanges. Nothing deep. But at least we were talking. 2 weeks after Tyler moved in, I was cleaning out the garage and found a box I hadn't opened in years. Michael's things. The ones Ellen had packed up after he died, and I'd never been able to look through. I brought it inside, set it on the kitchen table, opened it slowly. Inside, Michael's high school yearbooks, his baseball glove, photos, a journal he'd kept senior year, his college diploma, the watch I'd given him for graduation. I sat there looking at these remnants of my son's life, feeling the familiar ache of loss when Tyler appeared in the doorway. What's that? Things that belong to your dad. I found them in the garage. Tyler came closer, curious despite himself.
Can I see?
Of course. Pull up a chair. We spent the next 2 hours going through that box together. I showed Tyler photos. Michael as a baby, as a kid, playing baseball, at prom, at college graduation. Tyler studied each one carefully, like he was memorizing his father's face. "He looks happy," Tyler said. He was. He loved life, loved people. He was always laughing. Tyler picked up the baseball glove. "Did he play baseball?" "He did. Shortstop. He wasn't the best player on the team, but he worked harder than anyone else. Never gave up. Did you go to his games?" "Every single one. His mom and I never missed a game." Tyler ran his fingers over the worn leather. "I've never played baseball. Would you like to?" "I don't know. I'm not very good at sports." Neither was your dad when he started. But he kept trying. That's what mattered. Tyler set down the glove, picked up the journal. "What's this?" "Your dad's journal from his senior year of high school. He wrote in it almost every day." "Can I read it?" I hesitated. The journal was private, intimate, but Tyler deserved to know his father. "Yes, you can read it." Tyler clutched the journal like it was treasure. "Thank you." For the first time since Jenna died, Tyler smiled. Over the next few weeks, things got marginally better. Tyler read Michael's journal cover to cover. Started asking questions about him. I told him every story I could remember. Funny ones, meaningful ones, mundane ones. Anything to help him know the father he'd never met. Tyler also started eating more, still vegetarian, which meant I had to learn how to cook things that weren't meat and potatoes. I bought a vegetarian cookbook, started experimenting. Most of my attempts were mediocre at best, but Tyler appreciated the effort. "This is actually pretty good," he said one night, eating the stir-fry I'd made. "Don't sound so surprised." "Sorry. It's just, Mom wasn't a great cook either. We ate a lot of takeout. Well, we'll figure it out together." We fell into routines. I'd make breakfast, usually cereal or toast, nothing fancy. Tyler would eat while reading. I'd drive him to school, pick him up in the afternoon. He'd do homework while I worked on a consulting project in my home office. I'd make dinner. We'd eat together, talking about our days in simple terms. "How was school?" "Fine. Anything interesting happen?" "Not really. It wasn't deep conversation, but it was something." 6 weeks after Tyler moved in, I was in the garage looking for a tool when Tyler appeared with Michael's baseball glove. "Can we try?" he asked. "Try what?" "Baseball. You said my dad played. Maybe you could teach me?" I looked at him, this skinny 12-year-old holding his father's glove, and felt something shift in my chest. "Yeah, let's try." We went to the park near my house. I brought an old glove of mine and a ball. Started with the basics, how to hold the glove, how to catch, how to throw. Tyler was terrible. The ball hit him in the chest more times than he caught it. His throws went everywhere except where he aimed, but he kept trying. And for the first time since I'd met him, I saw determination in his face. After an hour, he managed to catch 3 throws in a row. "I did it." He looked shocked and pleased. "You did. Nice job. Can we come back tomorrow?" "Absolutely." Walking home, Tyler said, "Do you think my dad would be proud of me?" "Tyler, your dad would be so proud of you, not because you caught a baseball, but because you keep trying. That's what he would have loved about you." Tyler smiled, a real smile, not the careful ones he'd been giving me. "Thanks, Grandpa." It was the first time he'd called me Grandpa. I had to look away so he wouldn't see me tear up. 3 months after Tyler moved in, we hit our first real fight. Tyler had been distant all week. Short answers, going to his room immediately after dinner, barely making eye contact. Finally, Friday night, I knocked on his door. "Tyler, can we talk?" "I'm busy, please." "Just for a minute." He opened the door reluctantly. "What? What's going on?" "You've been different all week." "Nothing's going on, Tyler. I may not have a lot of experience with kids, but I can tell when something's wrong. You wouldn't understand. Try me." He looked at me with sudden anger. "There's a father-son camping trip at school next weekend. Everyone's going, but I can't because I don't have a father. Happy now?" "Oh, of course." "Tyler, and don't say you'll take me because you're not my dad. You're just the person who got stuck with me because my mom died and nobody else wanted me." The words hung in the air between us. I took a breath. "Is that what you think? That I got stuck with you? Isn't it true?" "No, it's not true. Tyler, when I found out about you, I could have said no. Child Services would have found you a foster home. But I didn't say no. I said yes because you're my family, because you're my grandson, because from the moment I saw you, I knew I wanted you in my life. But you didn't even know me. No, but I wanted to. And now that I do know you, I'm even more glad you're here. Tyler's anger deflated slightly. Really? Really? And Tyler, I know I'm not your dad. I can't replace him. But I'm your grandfather. And if the school is doing a father-son camping trip, then we're going. You'd really go? Tyler, I'd do anything for you. I thought you knew that by now. He looked down. Sorry for saying that stuff. You don't need to apologize. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to miss your mom and wish things were different. But you're not allowed to think that you're unwanted. Because you are very, very wanted. Tyler hugged me then. Quick, awkward, but genuine. Can we really go on the camping trip? Absolutely. I'll call the school tomorrow. The camping trip was a disaster in the best possible way. I hadn't been camping in probably 30 years. Had no idea what I was doing. Forgot half the supplies we needed. It took us 45 minutes to set up our tent. And even then, I wasn't sure it wouldn't collapse overnight. Tyler found the whole thing hilarious. Grandpa, you're terrible at this. I'm aware. Thank you for pointing it out. We should have watched a YouTube video first. That would have been smart. But we figured it out. Made hot dogs over the fire. Veggie dogs for Tyler. Attempted s'mores with minimal success. Sat around talking with the other fathers and sons, and if anyone thought it was strange that Tyler was there with his grandfather instead of his dad, they had the grace not to mention it. That night, lying in our lopsided tent with flashlights making shadows on the fabric, Tyler said, "Thanks for coming with me. Thanks for inviting me. I was scared everyone would think it was weird that you're my grandpa, not my dad." Did they? No. Actually, Mr. Grant, Sam's dad, said he thought it was really cool that you came, that his dad lives in Florida and he never sees him. So Sam was kind of jealous. Well, I'm glad I could make you the envy of Sam Grant. Tyler laughed. Grandpa? Yeah? I'm glad I live with you. I know it's been hard. And weird. But I'm glad. Me too, Tyler. Me too. 6 months after Tyler moved in, he was doing better at school. Grades weren't perfect, but he was trying. He joined the art club and was slowly making friends. He still drew constantly, and I'd started hanging his drawings on the refrigerator like a proud parent. We played baseball at the park twice a week. Tyler was improving. He'd actually caught a pop fly the previous weekend and had been proud of himself for days. We'd also started a weekly ritual, Saturday morning pancakes. Tyler would help me make them. Vegetarian ones, of course. And we'd eat together while he told me about whatever anime he was watching. I still didn't understand most of it, but I liked listening to him talk. We still had hard days. Days when Tyler missed his mom. Days when I felt inadequate. Days when we both felt the weight of everything we'd lost. But we were making it work, building something new from broken pieces. One Saturday, about 8 months after Tyler moved in, we were at the park playing baseball when a ball rolled over from another field. A kid ran over to get it, maybe 13 or 14, wearing a jersey from the local youth league. "Hey," he said to Tyler, "you're pretty good. Do you play?" Tyler looked uncomfortable. "Not really, just with my grandpa." "You should try out for the league. We need more players. I'm not good enough. Dude, half our team isn't good. It's just for fun. Tryouts are next month." After the kid left, Tyler looked at me. "Do you think I could? Try out for the league?" "Yeah, would that be stupid?" "Tyler, it wouldn't be stupid at all. If you want to try, we'll make it happen. But what if I'm terrible?" "Then you'll be terrible, but you'll be trying." Tyler considered this. "Okay, let's do it." Tyler made the team. Barely, but he made it. Coaches put him in right field where the ball rarely went, and he struck out more often than he hit. But he showed up to every practice, worked hard, improved gradually, and I went to every single game, sat in the bleachers with the other parents, cheered when Tyler caught a ball or managed to get on base, consoled him when he struck out. "I'm sorry I'm not better," he said after one particularly bad game where he'd struck out 3 times. "Tyler, you played your heart out. That's all I care about." "But I let the team down." "No, you didn't. You tried your best. That's never letting anyone down." By the end of the season, Tyler had improved enough to get a few hits, make some solid catches, and even steal a base once. His team didn't win the championship, but Tyler didn't seem to care. "I had fun," he said as we walked to the car after the final game. "I'm so proud of you." "For being bad at baseball?" for not giving up and showing up every single practice and game and working hard. That's what makes me proud." Tyler smiled. "My dad would have liked that, huh? That I didn't give up? Your dad would have loved everything about you." A year after Tyler moved in, Kendra Samuels did a follow-up visit to check on us. We'd cleaned the house, Tyler's idea. We need to make a good impression. Tyler had even baked cookies, from a box, but still. Kendra looked around the living room where Tyler's drawings covered one wall. His backpack sat by the door, a half-finished Lego set occupied the coffee table. "This looks like a home," she said. "It is," Tyler said. "It's our home. How are things going?" Tyler looked at me, then at Kendra. "It's good. I mean, it was really hard at first. I miss my mom a lot, still do. But Grandpa's he's been really good. He came to all my baseball games even though I'm terrible. He learned how to make vegetarian food. He watches anime with me even though he doesn't get it. And he tells me stories about my dad." "And how about you, Frank? How's it been for you?" I thought about it. Hard, I won't lie. I had no idea what I was doing. Still don't most days. But it's also been the best year I've had in a long time. Tyler gave me a reason to get up in the morning, a reason to care about the future. I thought my life was basically over, just waiting around to die. Then Tyler showed up and made me want to live one day at a time. Kendra smiled. "Sounds like you're both exactly where you need to be." 2 years after Tyler moved in, he turned 14. I threw him a birthday party, invited his friends from school and the baseball team, ordered pizza, made a cake that was lopsided but edible. Watching Tyler laugh with his friends, blow out candles, open presents. I felt something I hadn't felt in years. I felt like I was part of a family again. That night, after everyone left and Tyler was helping clean up, he said, "That was the best birthday ever." Tyler is 15 now, in 10th grade, doing well in school. He's still on the baseball team. He's improving every season. He draws constantly. His room is covered with sketches and paintings. He's talking about maybe studying art in college someday. I'm 69 now. Still doing occasional consulting work, but my real job is being Tyler's grandfather, making sure he gets to school on time, helping with homework, going to his games, teaching him to drive, that's coming soon, God help us both. Being present. We have our inside jokes and our arguments and our comfortable silences. 2 nights ago, Tyler and I were watching a movie when he said, out of nowhere, "Grandpa, what's going to happen when I go to college?" "What do you mean?" "I mean, you'll be alone again, in this house, by yourself." "Tyler, you're 15. We have 3 years before we need to worry about that." "I know, but I do worry about it. I don't want you to be lonely again." I looked at this teen, this tall, gangly, almost 16-year-old who somehow cared about an old man's feelings and felt overwhelming love. "Tyler, even when you go to college, I won't be alone. You'll call. You'll visit me. I'll visit you. You'll tell me about your classes and your friends and whatever trouble you're getting into. And I'll be here, cheering you on like I always do. We don't stop being family just because we're in different places. Promise?" "Promise." He smiled, that crooked smile that was all Michael, and went back to watching the movie. But his hand reached over and squeezed mine once. Quick, almost embarrassed. The way teenage boys show affection when they're not quite ready to admit they still need their family. I squeezed back. One day I was putting away groceries when I noticed a drawing falling out of Tyler's backpack. I picked it up. This one was particularly good. Some kind of warrior character with intricate armor details, dynamic pose, clearly influenced by the anime he was always watching. But it wasn't the drawing itself that made me stop and stare. It was the signature in the bottom right corner. T. Kane Jacobs Knott. Tyler Kane. Not just his initials, but Kane Jacobs. His father's name, my name, combined with his mother's. I stood there holding a bag of carrots, staring at those 6 letters like they held the secrets of the universe. Tyler came into the kitchen, grabbed a glass from the cabinet. "What's for dinner?" I pointed at the drawing. "Tyler, can I ask you about this?" "Oh, I forgot to take my backpack to my room." "No, not that. The signature. You wrote Kane Jacobs." Tyler looked at the drawing, then back at me, suddenly uncertain. "Oh, yeah, I was trying it out. It's not a big deal. I can change it." "Why did you want to try it out?" He shifted his weight, uncomfortable. "I don't know. Kane is my mom's name. It's important, but Jacobs is my dad's name. And yours. And I thought maybe I could be both, if that's okay. If you don't mind." My throat tightened. Tyler, I don't mind at all. It's just a drawing. It doesn't mean anything legal or whatever. I just liked how it looked. Cain Jacobs, like I'm part of both families. You are part of both families. I don't know if that's weird. It's not weird. I had to stop, compose myself. Tyler, it's one of the greatest honors anyone has ever given me. Really. Really. Your dad would be so proud. And I am so proud that you want to carry our name alongside your mother's. Tyler relaxed slightly. I've been practicing it in my sketchbook, different ways of writing it. Cain Jacobs, Jacobs Cain. Sometimes just the initials, TKJ. I haven't decided which I like best yet. You don't have to decide right now. You have time. But you don't think it's stupid that I'm using a name from someone I never met? Tyler smiled, small but genuine. Thanks, Grandpa. He grabbed the glass of water and headed back toward his room, leaving me standing there staring at that drawing with my grandson's name, both his names, signed in careful letters at the bottom. 4 months later, Tyler's name change became official. Tyler Michael Jacobs Cain. Michael for his father, Cain for his mother, Jacobs for the family he'd found. We celebrated at his favorite restaurant, a vegetarian place downtown that made incredible Thai food. Just the two of us, like always. How does it feel? I asked. Having a new name? It feels right. Like I'm carrying all the people who made me who I am. Mom, Dad, you, all of it together. Your parents would be so proud of you, both of them. Now, 4 years after Tyler walked into my life, I'm sitting at my kitchen table watching him make breakfast. He's 16, and taller than me now. His voice has deepened. He's growing into a young man. But he still makes Saturday morning pancakes with me. Still tells me about the anime he's watching. Still needs reminding to do his chores. Still calls me Grandpa. Some days I think about how different my life would be if that phone call had never come, if I'd never learned about Tyler, if I'd continued living alone in this house, waiting to die, thinking my story was over. But the phone did ring, and Tyler did need me, and I needed him just as desperately. Even though I didn't know it at the time, Michael's love lives in Tyler. Jenna's love lives in Tyler. Ellen's love lives in the home we've built. And my love, well, my love pours into this kid every single day in 1,000 small ways. Tyler flips a pancake perfectly because he's gotten good at this and looks over at me. You okay, Grandpa? You're being quiet. I'm good. Just thinking. About what? About how lucky I am. Tyler rolls his eyes in that affectionate way teenagers do. You're so sappy. I'm old. I'm allowed to be sappy. Fair enough. He plates the pancakes, brings them to the table. Sits across from me like he has every Saturday for 4 years. We eat our pancakes. Talk about his plans for the day. Friend's house, maybe baseball practice later. Homework he's been avoiding. Normal, mundane, beautiful stuff. Once I thought my story was over, but it turned out I was wrong. It wasn't over. It was just waiting for Tyler to arrive and give it a proper second act. Have you ever discovered family in unexpected places, or found purpose when you thought your story was finished? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story about second chances, unexpected family, and discovering that it's never too late to start over touched your heart, please hit that like button and subscribe for more meaningful stories every day. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss our next inspiring tale. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.